What would if he would have said, "I like to
If
make"?
yeah, what would have been the question? Three letters, three words. Who
Are you
hurt you?
dumb?
Who
Would
hurt you?
I would say, "Are you dumb? Are
So
you dumb, dummy, or dumb?"
yeah, the woke director of
Woke director. So let's first of all start
Star
with
Wars,
yes.
who
Let's
said,
first. Oh,
yeah.
continue.
I just want to say that I mean the for the woke director that said publicly that she likes making men uncomfortable. That's what he thinks of when she's. You want to say something? When she's directing, producing, guiding, even thinking about the movie, even editing at every given point in time, her main objective is to make men uncomfortable. Yeah.
Let's hear it from her own mouth. And I didn't want to use any animal as a reference. Let's hear it from her own
And
mouth.
that's why I wanted to use it. But anyway,
So you are watching the lessons of, and it's a dramatization of the lessons of it.
Um, First of all, I'll say fair use, but we're not gonna show the video, of course.
As an activist and an artist, do you make that calculation? Who is my target? You talked a little bit about, I want women to watch this and I want them to feel empowered and I want my daughter to have heroes. I couldn't help but notice a thread through each of these, that the men were assholes. And I'm wondering, as one of them,
is that John Stewart?
what is the balance of activating a force for change, but also trying to permeate?
Just so you know, I'm gonna share the screen real quick so you see who he's talking to. He's talking to Meryl Streep.
Mm,
I don't know who she is in the middle. No idea. And this is
mhm,
Charmin Obaid. Meryl
mhm.
Streep, the woman who was applauding when someone who's fled the country for violating a teenage girl got nominated for some. Yes, yes, yes. He's French. Go look it up. A French
I'm,
director
I'm
in the
looking it up now.
60s. Look it up. In the 60s, he fled the country, went to France, never came back. Google their name together.
Proceed with the audio.
Okay, I'm gonna continue.
That patriarchy, that power structure? And is that a part of the calculation of your art as well? And what's been the reaction to that?
Oh, absolutely. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable. Not you, just
Not
you know,
not you.
not you.
Not
Point
you.
taken. Point taken.
But it is important to be able to look into the eyes of a man and say, I am here, and recognize that I am working to bring something that makes you uncomfortable, and it should make you uncomfortable because you need to change your attitude. And it's only when you're uncomfortable, when you're shifty, when you have to have difficult conversations, that you will perhaps look at yourself in the mirror and not like the reflection, and then say, maybe there is something wrong with the way I think, or maybe there is something wrong with the way I am addressing this issue.
Yes. Have you found the guilty party, which you was Googling?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Is it true what I said? Is it true what I said?
I just don't see why we. I don't just don't see why we need to talk about it now. Man.
Okay. I'm just showing off. I know everyone, dude. I'm not saying I'm like Cat Williams, but I know a thing or two. I link the things together. She was out here applauding him.
Did she know though?
Come on, the guy has been running since 1970s.
Okay, let's proceed.
Okay, but yeah, let's talk about the topic of her name is, of course, Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it right. She's not gonna work that long anyway, so who cares? Apparently, there was this claim that she was fired.
Rumors, yeah.
Rumors, and you know how these. Let's be honest. We all know how these studios work. Sometimes they float things out there to see how people react to it. I
Mhm.
wouldn't think that's not the case here. They want to feel the temperature. If they would, because of course, when you keep saying, I mean, this was quite a
Statement.
shocking statement for a lot of Star Wars, and now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Why these why these Star Wars movies don't make sense?
Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, KR? You asked the question, or did I see it? I don't recall. In one of the shows of last week. But it's the same question, but I'll apply it to this situation. Can you imagine?
Let me sit to answer this one. Yes.
Can you imagine if Steven Spielberg, or what's the what's the director's name? Hateful Eight, Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill,
You mean that nigga? Oh wait, hold on, that's not. Well, he uses the word nigga in a lot of his movies.
Django
Tarantino.
too.
Tarantino.
Tarantino. Okay, yeah, let's imagine Quentin Tarantino.
I had to put that in there. I knew his name as soon as you said it, but I had to say
Okay.
the N word in there. You know, he likes to put the N word everywhere.
Yeah. And in any case, can you imagine Tarantino sitting there on a panel and saying, when he makes his movies,
Bruh.
in the back of his mind,
In the back.
in the back
When you
and the front of
he's,
his mind, he's
he's making it
thinking,
vocal.
well, let me put it like this: two
He's only
things.
well, is he making it vocal on the
Which
pen?
can you imagine him saying? He always thinks how to make women feel uncomfortable, or even worse, how to he likes to make black men feel uncomfortable. He just say he uses the energy. Can you imagine that? Okay.
I can.
But my point is, it's so yeah, to me. I We're living in a capitalistic country, allegedly. And we have democracy. And democracy and capitalism goes hand in hand. You can say, as democracy refers to the way the country is governed, and capitalism, the economic system. Very straightforward. Let's say to say it in an overly simplified way. But okay. At the end of the day, the customers will decide. And if I'm not mistaken, Disney has been tanking for the last couple of years due to the woke agenda. Now, the director can say,
Remake actually shows about this. Go look back.
yeah, yeah. So So the she can go up there and say whatever she wants to. If a man had said that, what would have been the question? The follow-up question.
A question? What
No, no,
question?
what would have been no, if someone had asked a question after that, what would that question have been?
What would if he would have said, "I like to
If
make"?
yeah, what would have been the question? 3 letters, 3 words. Who
Are you
hurt you?
dumb?
Who hurt you?
Or would say, are you dumb?
So
Are you dumb, dummy, or dumb?
yeah. So you can do whatever you want, but if I'm not mistaken, Captain Marvel, what was the movie? The Marvels or something? It flopped.
Marvels, yeah, the Marvels flopped.
And it's an indication of what happens if, again, just like comedy, as we talked about comedy in the previous show or one of the previous
Yep.
shows, the reason it's not about what you talk about or what you showcase. But if you're gonna watch a stand-up comedy show, it needs to be funny. So if you want to talk about your own stories, if you want to talk about social problems, social issues, you can do all those things. But at the end of the day, your show, your set will be judged by the level of funniness. And if it's
Mm-hmm.
not funny, it's not a good set. The
Yep.
same goes for this. You can push whatever narrative you want to. But if the people watching it feel like you're trying to push something, it's not gonna hit. It's gonna flop again.